Hey, Kevin the boy, we own you. Yeah, let's focus. We'll get some focus in here. Focus, please. There we are. Oh, never underestimate the power of the underdogs. Just never do it. You want chaos? We got chaos. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, that's a bit wait, but this is the full reaction to Oklahoma and Alabama. And the reason I wanted to make this so late is I wanted to see the results of the Georgia and Texas game. Turns out, yeah, boy, the Sooners have a plan. We'll talk about it all tonight on the show. I'm going to turn off my fan because it is cold. I'm watching the NFL right now. The Bills and the Buccaneers. We'll cover all this stuff. We'll cover all this tomorrow, like normal. I'm gonna get that scheduled and all up. Folks, it happened. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, if you guys were wondering, if you guys were wanting to see the playoff bracket and stuff that I have that I'm going to create, then that'll be tomorrow because that'll be after Tuesday. I mean, that'll be Tuesday. No, sorry, that'll be on Thursday's show where I will immediately react to the college football rankings. I'll have it then, but for right, so you're just gonna have to give me until Thursday to get that done, and then I'll have that model, we'll have the graphic ready to go. But for right now, we're so if you're wanting that, if you're wanting to know where Oklahoma and Alabama would be at, then you have to stick around. You have to wait until later on this week, around Thursday, because next week we'll be doing the show full time until Thursday. I mean, yeah, I think Thursday or Friday, because next Friday, Thanksgiving break, baby. Let's go, let's go. Thanksgiving breaks next week. Let's go. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about it. So 23 to 21. If you guys didn't remember, I already posted this yesterday. I posted a full breakdown and all that of the game. Let's go ahead and this is now. So now this is post everything. So week 12 done. Nightmares, anyone's nightmare. Everyone, we got a lot of answers from week 12. So hopefully we'll get more answers come this Saturday. Because wouldn't you know it, we are entering rivalry week. What do I mean by that? After this week, next Saturday. So rivalry week starts this Saturday. So they'll have most of these teams will be non-conference games except for the ACC, Independence, American, and Sun Belt. But the SEC and Big Ten, these will be out of conference games. However, right after that week after, that Saturday, next Saturday, so after this upcoming Saturday, the Saturday after that, the rivals will play. We already had 5 rivals go head to head tonight. I mean, last night. Georgia and Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Oregon, USC, Iowa, Michigan, Northwestern, and I'm trying to. I need to pull it out. I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember who else it was. Hold on, I'm trying to remember who else it was. Let me count it again real quick. Yeah, Carolina. Sorry, there's 6. There was A&M, South Carolina, Oklahoma and Alabama, Texas and Georgia, Florida, Ole Miss, Pittsburgh and Notre Dame, Michigan, Northwestern, and that's it. So those were the rivalries. So some of those were rivalry games, and then everyone else was just normal schedule. All right, so I got that taken care of. All right, anyways, so that's that. And so, like I said, we'll go over that tomorrow. We're gonna go over everything tomorrow. So just right now, I want to focus back on track to Oklahoma, because now that we know Texas is knocked out of the playoffs, because if they can't beat Georgia, they're not beating A&M. Just that's it. And even though A&M looked very vulnerable against South Carolina, if Vanderbilt and A&M both have clutch bones, unlike Vanderbilt, Texas A&M is a bit more stronger than Vanderbilt was, and we saw what the results were. So A&M probably will clutch in the end, and so one of our rivals is down. We'll talk about it more later on during this small little reaction. Let's go ahead and break it down. So for the second year in a row, we own Alabama. So here's how it works. It's like a cycle. So let's go through this. It's so fucking funny, the parody of this sport. I love it. That's why I love this sport way more than the NFL. Let's start. So we have Alabama and Georgia every year, just like Oklahoma and Texas. So Alabama, so far, Alabama owns Georgia. Okay, follow me. Georgia owns Texas. And as it stands right now, in the past 4 years, Texas owns Oklahoma. Oklahoma owns Alabama. So we have a full circle that comes back. So Alabama plays, Georgia loses. So Alabama wins, Georgia wins, Texas wins, and then Oklahoma wins. So basically, I'm gonna make a graphic of this. I'm gonna be fucking laughing. So, okay, so Alabama owns Georgia. Georgia owns Texas. Texas owns Oklahoma. And now Oklahoma, second year in a row, owns Alabama, even a healthy one. So, it's the same situation like in the Big Ten, where Michigan owns Ohio State somehow. Ohio State owns Indiana, owns everyone else. The parity is fantastic. Anyways, my thoughts on it? Well, Brent Venables, I think looking forward to these next few games. There's only one real test that'll come. This was our biggest test, but there's still one sneaky opponent that we have to take care of. Because just because you win doesn't mean this is not your win and in. This game was out. This was a game you win and survive, but not win and you're in. That'll come from LSU. However, if we look at the stats, Oklahoma, let's see. So let's go pull this up, because this is going to be, we still November to come. So it's not, everything's not over yet for Oklahoma. Let me pull up the right one. We'll keep an eye on this, because this is going to change. This will be a determining factor. So if we pull this up, we look at the week 13. This is our week before rivalry week. Oklahoma has no more rivals. That's right. They have really watching out that. Look at this game. We're gonna so this game right here. Oklahoma and Missouri played at Norman. So the reason I say this is a sneaky game is, guess what? Missouri ran it up on Missouri State. However, if the cards are correct, since Oklahoma went toe-to-toe with the Tide and Missouri lost to Alabama, the same way Oklahoma beat Alabama by one score, this should be this should tell us what we expect. Oklahoma's going to bring the house. Missouri is going to have to stop it. If they can't, okay. Here's why I say this is sneaky. Because we know Missouri's going to be up for this game. Every underdog team in this scenario, well, Oklahoma's still an underdog, but now they're more favored than they were before going into the Alabama game. With that win, that now they become the target for these underdog teams. But Oklahoma has already battled another team that plays the exact same style as Missouri. I wonder, can you guess which team that is? I'll give you a hint. Go back to the game against Ole Miss. Not Ole Miss, sorry. Go back to the game against Tennessee. Well, not Tennessee, sorry. South Carolina. Why South Carolina? South Carolina has Lenore Sowers. Bo Pereira is out. We know that for a fact. Possibly. Hopefully he stays that way. Bo Pereira, if right now he's not playing. South Carolina, Lenore Sowers was able to run all over the place. He wasn't able to do anything with it, but he was still able to run and not get sacked. Missouri's got that same playbook where if you let them get any bit of time in the pocket, they will capitalize. So here's how this works. The only way I see Oklahoma winning comfortably is they play the way they did against Alabama. Complementary football. However, we'll go ahead and just say it right now. Alabama gave the formula to beat Missouri. Oklahoma has the formula to beat Alabama. And now Oklahoma will help the Tide eliminate one of their oldest adversaries in SEC, which is the Missouri Tigers. And by the way, I'm going to remind you, this game, Missouri could still make the playoffs. So this is do or die for Missouri. Same with Oklahoma, except now their chances are a bit better. But let me talk about this for a second, because I'm going to get asked it in the comments. Look, when Texas lost, was I excited? No. Here's why I wasn't excited. Yes, it's a win. Yes, that's a loss. They're 9-3. They still have A&M on the schedule. Here's why I wasn't really too excited. If the playoff chaos, if the SEC chaos is going to play out the way it should, that means Texas beats A&M and Oklahoma jumps Alabama. Would Alabama having that head-to-head win over Georgia be enough to outweigh Texas's win against the number 3 team in the nation as it stands, Texas A&M? That's what it'll come down to. Oklahoma survives the committee, but Texas has to make a case. And suddenly that win against Oklahoma looks better. And suddenly it looks better and better. We'll see what happens. Oklahoma wins. I have nothing else to say. See you tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the NFL. The Buccaneers lead the Bills. Leave it at that.